I remember being here for the test matches, and there were times in the test matches when it looked like India weren't going to compete, that India were up against a superior force, that whatever they did was not going to happen. There's pressure being built up, the bowling was all over the place. And by the time the tri-series ended, there was almost a sense of gloom, despair, people were talking about changes. And I remember Jonty Rhodes telling me something in Delhi. I was at a Star Sports conclave. And he said, just remember one thing, you don't play Australia every day at the World Cup. That you'll play someone else, that when you play someone else, the feeling is very different. I was talking to Graham Swan the other day, and he said, when you keep playing the same team again and again, then after a while you just get the feeling they know what to do to me and I know what to do to them, and especially if you're losing, you keep coming up against them all the time, you start to get a little negative. He said, you play someone else and suddenly the same ball that you were bowling looks different. Suddenly the ball that is getting you out isn't coming. So sometimes when you play against a different side, just something unlocks. And I think we're seeing that with a couple of Indian players. I think we're seeing that with Shikhar Dhawan especially, because all of a sudden he's backing himself. And when you back yourself, you've got a little bit of time in, you're not afraid of getting out. And I think he went through that phase. And so he's a little more patient. Because he's patient, he's able to knock the ball around in gaps. I think Virat Kohli is alongside him, is helping him along. So that's been one big difference. I think the second big difference has been the discipline that the bowlers have. We saw in the test matches, they bowl 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boundaries gone, and suddenly the game is different. We saw in the game against South Africa, bowling 6 balls in one place, building the pressure. You saw Hashim Amla suddenly had to play a big shot. You saw that AB de Villiers had to go for an extra second run. The pressure was built up by consistency, which you have not seen. And so India got this great start. What India have ensured is that they will almost certainly, unless they do something stupid, finish first. And when you finish first, you play this team that's ranked 4th. You continue playing in Australia, where you now know the conditions, but it's been a fantastic start. And we've seen this with a lot of World Cups in the past, that India seemed to come in one state of mind and actually play the World Cup in another. But it's been a fantastic start. I think it's largely because playing with Australia has toughened them, and they're not playing with Australia anymore. If you want to stay up to date with all my video blogs, hit the subscribe button.